Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back and happy Wednesday, which means happy Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Real Housewives of Dubai Day. Guys, if you haven't seen it already, I posted it in the community tab. We are going live tonight at 10:10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7:10 p.m. Pacific, because tomorrow we'll be on the road. Now, in the meantime, we're back to talk about an appearance that happened on Watch What Happens Live last night between Tamra and Vicki. Okay, but why would this be dramatic? Well, because Teddy was brought up. Vicki doesn't like Teddy, Teddy doesn't like Vicki, and Tamra is stuck in between three, I guess, peas in a pod, not two teas in a pod. All right, guys, we're going to break into it. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So last night, Tamra and Vicki appeared on Watch What Happens Live. And honestly, it made me really miss Vicki. You know, on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, I'm trying to give Vicki some grace here, but she wasn't the most entertaining. She was actually kind of depressing, negative to watch, but she was going through a breakup. She was going through a breakup with someone who she thought she was going to say, I do to. And I'm trying to just understand, listen, she wasn't in a good place. We've all been through breakups and breakups are hard, but watching her on the show, it was like, in my mind, I'm thinking, this man already ruined your reality TV career. And the reason I say that, I'm not just trying to put all the blame on Steve Lodge, but the reason I say that is because Vicki completely changed for Steve. And when she did, it just seemed like it was like the nail in the coffin. She went from whoop it up Vicki to going to Puerto Vallarta and dancing on bars to all of a sudden being like, I don't do that. I'm a grandmother. Ma. And we're like, okay, so this man obviously is more conservative. You were less conservative, but now that you're with him, he has certain expectations of you as a partner, and now you're trying to kind of tone it down for him. We saw it, but this is the only thing, and I think I'm going to go on a rant on this, and I don't mean to, but I have to get it off my chest. If you're going to date somebody on reality TV, then just do your homework. Do your research. Like, you don't just go and date a Vicki Gunvalson or a Brandy Glanville or, you know, a Sheena Marie from Vanderpump Rules and not know that their job, their literal paycheck comes from being on a reality TV show. It's either you get with the program or get off of the train, because at the end of the day, this is their platform that they had 9 times out of 10 before you were ever involved. I can understand if you are already married and then you guys decide to do the show together. And then after that, you know, one person doesn't necessarily love the idea of production and the camera's rolling in your face. And then you're like, oh, well, we have to make a switch. I get that. But if you are getting into a partnership with someone who's been on reality TV for a long time and they're used to being a certain kind of public persona, why try to tone them down? Why try to, you know, like bring them from here where they're at and who they're portraying themselves to be that's worked for them for so long into like this other person? Now, I also want to play devil's advocate in this and say he might have seen a totally different part of Vicki that we don't get to see on reality TV. And he could have expressed, that's the person that I love the most. I don't love this like person that you are when the camera's around. And that's fair too. But guess what? Those cameras paid a lot of freaking money for Vicki Gunvalson, millions of dollars added to her business and helped her maintain her home that she used to have in Coto de Casa. Now, getting back to it, Tamra and Vicki seem to not be necessarily getting along over one specific topic, and that would be Teddi Mellencamp. Now, we know that Tamra and Teddi have 2 teas in a pod. Yeah, sure. And it's a great podcast. I was even looking at the ratings yesterday and how many reviews that they had. And I was like, damn, they're doing the damn thing. But to kind of reel it in for a second, Vicki and Teddi do not necessarily see eye to eye. I'm not surprised. Vicki doesn't like Teddi. Teddi doesn't like Vicki. Vicki thinks that Teddi's boring. Teddi, you know, thinks that Vicki tried to take her job. Let's get into it for a second. Tamra admitted that it was very awkward when any issues are brought up by Vicki or Teddi between the two. She thinks it's awkward and she's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Andy Cohen even chimed in saying like, this has to be uncomfortable for you. And she's like, it is. And Vicki is sitting there saying, you know what? I don't need to like her. She's not in my everyday life. She's not around me. I don't need to be in a situation where I have to like someone just because you like her. If you're friends with her, go ahead, be friends with her. I don't need to be friends with her. I don't know her. I don't see her. And she's not she doesn't make or break anything that happens in my life. And I agree with Vicki, but for Teddy, she has some pretty outstanding claims saying that Vicki made a phone call to her boss at iHeartRadio trying to get her job taken away. Now, Vicki has definitely denied the claims, but if she tried to get her job taken away, then that's really shitty on Vicki. You shouldn't ever try to get someone to lose their job. What is the purpose of that? And what do you have to gain out of it? Then, of course, Teddy clapped back and she was like, where were you on January 6th? Well, January 6th, that's when the Capitol riots happened. And I don't know what Teddy was alluding to, but Vicki kept on saying, I was in Puerto Vallarta. I was in Mexico. I don't understand. And why would she even say that? That's strange to me. But Vicki was like, I don't know why she's coming after me. You can't not like people that you've never met. And Tamra was like, hold on, wait a minute. You went after her first, and she's a nice and a good person. Tamra agreed that there's no reason for them not to like each other. And Vicki didn't see it that way and doubled down about her dislike of Teddy, saying, we're never going to be together, so it doesn't matter in anyone's life. Why does she care? I agree. And when they were talking about the fact that Tamra and Teddy, well, they had this podcast, but Vicki allegedly tried to get Teddy fired by calling their bosses at iHeartRadio. Teddy fired back and she's like, if we're talking numbers, could you let us know where you were on January 6th? It almost kind of alludes to the fact that Vicki would have been in the mix of everything with the Capitol riots, but she wasn't. If she was there, then we would have known. We would have seen photos. There would have been videos of Vicki. This doesn't even make sense. So it feels like this is a reach, have a good stretch on Teddy. And I'm not trying to sit here and take sides, but this has just gotten me in a little bit of a tizzy. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. I don't want to just sit here and go on a rant because that's exactly what it feels like I'm doing. But at the end of the day, Tamra is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. She doesn't really necessarily need to be because Vicki's not being asked back to the show and Tamra is. But after her appearance on Watch What Happens Live last night, maybe Andy Cohen will even say, let's bring Vicki in as a friend role. Let's give her something. I don't know. I think it all comes down to budget, expenses, and how to afford some of these housewives after Bravo got on this bullet train of way overpaying them. So go ahead, comment below, give me your unfiltered opinions. And before you go, don't forget that tonight we are going live for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Real Housewives of Dubai at 10:10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7:10 p.m. Pacific. And also don't forget to comment your unfiltered opinions, smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.